Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 10, Chapter 28. The Sword and the Scabbard. If a pot is leaky and cannot hold water, you find fault with the potter. If a field does not yield good crops, you blame the ryot, who was not intelligent enough to select the seeds, plough the land well, water the plants in the proportion proper, and, at the appropriate stages of growth, fight the pests, manure in time, neither more nor less than needed, and harvest at the correct time so that the grain is ripe and ready. If the body is afflicted with disease, you point the finger to the man for wrong eating habits, evil company, damaging types of recreation, etc. If the mind of man is agitated and heavy with sadness and anxiety, you have to blame the man for neglecting the ways that can ensure peace and perpetual calm. The question must be asked of everyone who is caring for the body. For what purpose are you caring for this body? What is it that you hope to achieve? The body is the sheath, the scabbard for the sword, the jivi, the I that is within it, but not of it. The purpose of the scabbard is to discover the unity of the universe. When you say this is the auditorium shed, you see this shed as one, though it is really the commingling of many pillars, trusses, sheets, bricks, mortar, nuts, bolts, paints. You feel you are one, though you are an organization of many limbs and instruments of knowledge, hands, feet, head, muscle, nerve, eye, tongue, teeth, etc. So also the universe is but one, though you may be able to distinguish between stars and planets, rocks, trees, birds, ants and antlers in it. Whatever there is, Sarvam Brahmamayam, all is Brahman. It is all Sat Chit Ananda, no more, no less. Realization of this great truth is the only purpose of man. Take up the heritage of infinity. With the sword in this scabbard, you have to march forward to victory in this mission against the foes of pain, pleasure, joy, misery, blame, fame, profit, loss, success and defeat. The battlefield is the world. It has to be won. However long the struggle, however keen the battle, the Vedas encourage you to expand into the awareness of this unity. The Veda Mother calls every child to take up the heritage of infinity, Bhuma as she names it. She says, "Child, you are that infinity enclosed temporarily in this form, Tattvam Asi, that thou art." But few children respond to her call. Why, when the real Narayana himself comes and declares, "Son, you are Brahman, the infinity, the absolute, the eternal," few respond to the call. Your insolence or ignorance cannot, however, diminish the authenticity of the Vedic announcement. Poet Vemana has a fine way of saying this. He who eats the dog is the preceptor, the guru. He who eats the pig is the exemplary yogi. He who eats the elephant is the wisest of the lot, the jnani. Of course, Vemana means by dog, anger, by pig he means the ego, and by elephant he denotes pride, uncontrolled passion. When these three are consumed, the vision becomes clear enough to see infinity. The word Veda signifies that which instructs. What do they instruct? They instruct Satyasya Satyam, the truth of truths. The Jagat, the objective world, is a confabulation of truths, and the truth of that truth is the Atma. Man is now like the wild elephant roaming in the forest of life, eating, fighting, wandering as the fancy takes him. But he should be like the lion, the monarch of all the denizens of the forest, roaring his own glory, as the fearless, unbeatable master. Ascend higher and higher into the purer air. Walk in the consciousness of Atmic might. There are some who behave like sons-in-law. Until the bride is handed over, they are cats. No sooner than they are entrusted with the daughter of the family, they turn into tigers. Nay, man-eaters, trying to exploit the father-in-law. So long as their desires are unfulfilled, they adore God. They pray and attend bhajans and pujas. Once that is done, they turn about and start campaigns against faith in the divine. It is easy to give up sadhana. It is a task to stick to it. But there is no use climbing just one step. Ascend higher and higher into the purer air. Climb until you see the hills and valleys as one flatness, all the ups and downs as of no concern. You talk as if you have surrendered everything, but when you lose a pen, you report to the police station and rely on the police to recover it for you. You are a hero, a lion in the forest, only when you neither exult nor droop, when good fortune or bad assails you. Vinayaka is called the child of two mothers, Gauri and Ganga. You are the pet children of four mothers, each of you, Satya, Dharma, Shanti and Prema. Do not ridicule them by your acts. Honor them and be grateful to them. Do not claim anyanya, injustice, akrama, ill-discipline, asatya, falsehood, and anachara, evil behavior, as your mothers instead. Expand your heart, taking in all humanity into the circle of your kin, even the birds, beasts, worms, insects, trees, and plants. The Vedic prayer asks that the aspirant's heart may be expanded. I make myself vast. The vastest is Brahman, which word comes from the same root, b, to enlarge. Travel light even in the journey of life. In order to develop and grow in concentration during meditation, you must reduce your wants and discard your wishes. See everything as a disinterested witness. Do not plunge and get entangled. When the shackles are loosened, you will feel happy and light. When you shift your house from the old one, people will find you filling carts with old and useless shoes, mats, brooms, and all sorts of cumbrous impediments. You dare not throw them out, for long association has rooted them in your affection. Travel light even in the journey of life. Root them out completely. When Ravana fell dead, his queen, Mandodari, came near the corpse and wondered what had given him the fatal blow. How could he who had mastered the 4 Vedas and the 6 Vedantas, and who was severely strict in the observances of various rites for the propitiation of the gods, meet with such an ignominious end? Being a shrewd and loving woman, she realized soon the cause of her husband's downfall. She lamented, "Alas, you only suppressed your desires, you did not uproot them." The low desire of lust sprouted fast when temptation was strong. When the rains came, what was dry yellow land became green. On account of the seeds and roots of grass below the surface, they had not been pulled out and destroyed. People come to me and declare that they desire only the chance to serve me, but in the very next breath, they pray that they may witness the wedding of their newly born granddaughter. Uprooting the grass of desire is a long, laborious job. Coachella was sent by his wife to the Lord to get at least the provisions for a week. He went and saw and was entertained lavishly, but he could not ask for anything, for he felt that the Lord will provide if he cared, or else if he did not, there must be some good reason for it. This incarnation is beyond anyone's comprehension. One more point. Bhagavantam spoke now about his visit to America and his talks to the devotees there, and he referred to the questions they asked him about me. It is impossible for anyone to understand or explain the meaning and significance of Swami. There can be no possible means of approach to this manifestation from the stage which you can attain. This is an incarnation, an embodiment, which is beyond anyone's comprehension. Trying to explain me would be as futile as the attempt of a person who does not know the alphabet to read a learned volume, or the attempt to pour the ocean into a tiny waterway. You can at best only prepare yourself to receive and benefit by the Ananda I confer, the bliss I grant. You have the Sai principle in you, but the difference is a matter of voltage. You have bulbs of 0-watt power, and bulbs of vast quantities of wattage giving enormous light. The same electric current passes through them, no doubt. But how incomprehensible must be the supreme for the molecule. You have a tiny spark of fire at the end of the incense stick that you burn in the shrine. You have slightly more fire at the tip of your cigarette. The stove over which you cook is a bigger fire. The forest fire is also flame, but the incense stick will be scorched even if by accident it touches the wall. The fire will go out. The forest fire can reduce to ashes the greenest of trees, for its heat is beyond calculation. So too, the divine in the incarnation is inexplicable, incredible, impenetrable. It is the fire of love plus the fire of enlightenment, the fire of cosmic creation as well as the fire of cosmic destruction. Yearn for nothing less than the highest. Krishna in the Gita declared against the worship of low forces. He said that those who adore the Devas attain the Devas. Those who adore the mains attain the mains. Those who adore the low forces attain them. But those who adore me attain me. He said, Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskaro. Fill your mind with me, be devoted to me, renounce for my sake, surrender to me. Do not have low desires and seek low deities that cater to the fulfillment of these. Yearn for the highest wisdom, the highest bliss, the highest power, the Atma. Yearn for nothing less than the highest. Pray to the sovereign giver. Believe that Sai Baba is in your heart as your Atma, unshakable, full of love. Do not encourage the pretensions of low, egoistic men who claim that I am possessing them, or that I need mandirs, halls, for which they are collecting donations. I only need one mandir, your heart. Whoever may ask, even if they say that I have authorized them. Even if you feel I have asked, do not give a single paisa. This craze for putting up temples and pulling down temples, raising new ones and raising old ones is only a craze for earning some money or reputation. It should not be encouraged. Preserve the purity of your hearts so that Sai may reside therein. That will be enough. Dashara Prashanti Nilayam, October 9, 1970. To get Santosha and Shanti, happiness and peace, you must develop a pure, unsullied mind. Unsullied by egoism and its progeny, lust, greed, envy, anger, hatred, and the rest. For this you must seek satsang, good company, perform satkarma, good deeds, entertain only sat alochana, good thoughts, and read sat granthas, good books. You may see 1,000 good things, or listen to 1,000 good words, or read 1,000 good books. But unless you put at least one into practice, the blemishes in the mirror of your heart will not be wiped off. The Lord cannot be reflected therein. Sri Sathya Sai Baba.